Hey everyone, I'm Christian. I was just thinking about something that one of my teachers said, and he basically was talking about growing stuff in your life, stuff that God is growing in your life. And he kind of related it to like a garden. Like you can see behind me here, it's my mom's garden. So beautiful. She's done such a great job over the last year or so growing a garden. It's been very fruitful. And look at it as a picture of things that are in my life, things that are in my heart, things that are in my garden, my soil, etc., etc. And something that was sticking out to me was if I am growing a fruit and I'm also growing a vegetable beside it, there needs to be enough room between those two plants in order for them to thrive successfully in the environment that they're in. Otherwise, they're competing for soil, they're competing for nutrients, they're competing for light, sunlight, water, etc., etc. And they always will be, but with the right environment and the right space and the right distance, instead of having so many things inside of one space of the garden, having the right proportion of seed in the right space of the garden creates a healthy environment for that seed to grow and become the plant it's supposed to be. Obviously, you don't want it too far apart, but you put that as kind of like a little picture of what's happening in my life or your life right now. And you can see, what are the things that I'm growing? What are the things I'm working towards? Uh, what are the projects that I have or the relationships that I'm growing? And if everything's so close together, nothing really gets to grow. And it's hard because if you're growing something, usually there is, when there's a yes kind of feeling on it, or there's a type of, this is what you were born for, this is what you're meant to be doing. This is not only in your skill set, maybe it's not, but most likely it is, but it's actually something that fits with your personality or who you are. Usually there's people around you that are, in a way, like enhancing and encouraging that, and um, maybe they're disciplining or pruning or built championing you and building you and saying, this is the way you should go, or these are the things that are healthy. Look at this fruit that's happening on your plant. So as that's happening, uh, that plant will continue to grow, and yes, it'll be chopped back as well at times. But what happens when the plant that you're growing gets chopped back, and it's actually like that kind of chop back that's like, no, we don't want this plant. Yeah, take a look at it, like, why am I growing this plant? So I want to encourage you. I want to give you a little bit of a opportunity to evaluate why it is you're growing the plant that you're growing. And if you're growing it without purpose or without reason, write it down. Write down why it is that you're growing that plant, because that will give you so much clarity on why that plant is growing. That way, when someone comes and chops it down, which most likely will happen at some point, um, you will be able to say, okay, we need to rebuild this and regrow this. And this is why. And this is the goal. And that way you won't be stopped. When somebody comes and encourages it, you'll actually be able to receive it with sweetness. When somebody comes and prunes it, you'll be able to say, oh, that's so healthy for me. Thank you. I'm so excited. It's really in the response that you get that really indicates why it is you're growing that plant. So, a few little thoughts from me today. I hope that encourages you. I hope that, well, maybe it doesn't encourage you, but I hope it starts your day off in some kind of thoughtful process. All right. Cheers, guys.